What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting to you from the D, and we gotta talk about the Halle Bailey DDG situation. And this has turned out how I've said. I've discussed this a couple different times, like 2 or 3 different times, and I shared with you guys the perspective of a father, because a lot of people don't. You'll see all types of videos immediately jumping to defend Halle Bailey just purely because she's a woman. And when there's a domestic situation of any type, or an alleged domestic situation in this case, people are always quick to immediately believe the woman and immediately basically claim the guy is a monster. And that was the case here. And I tried to offer some objective perspective, just being a man, being a father, and certain things. I'm just like, this don't seem right, man. And I got all types of hate and stuff for it. Well, now I'm back to talk about it again. But this time, DDG has provided receipts. He's gone to court to fight back, as he should have, as I hoped he would do. I said before, I hope he fights with every last breath in order to be able to see his son, possibly get his son. And he's doing just that, which is a fantastic thing. Receipts have been provided that paint her out to be the aggressor, and basically paint her out to be the monster that she tried to frame him as being. It's funny how that works. DDG was able to provide text message conversations of her saying wild stuff. Her, before they even had the kid, threatening to get the child, basically going to Planned Parenthood and taking care of it. So that's something that obviously we didn't know about. We never would have known about because he wasn't talking about it. But that's very much a manipulation tactic. You know, he wants the child, and you're using his desire to be a father against him. You're weaponizing it. That's really terrible. After they broke up, we seen text message receipts of her continuing to be manipulative, threatened to harm herself. She said she had a knife and kept texting him more just unhinged stuff. He finally responds, has a knife for what? Apparently that same knife she used to attack him with it, and he ended up in the hospital with a cut to his hand from trying to stop her. And there's a picture of that, so again, this is stuff that he wouldn't talk about. People saying that he's being messy. How? When all this type of stuff he was keeping back. Dude not out there in the public. I seen somebody say she goes straight to court and him and his family out there being messy. Nah, that him and his family have not been out there being messy, because we just not learning about this stuff because he went to court to fight back. And here go what the crazy thing is. Women are mad at DDG for fighting back in court, because the whole reason we know about this stuff is because it's public record now. They are mad about the fact that he went to court and fought back instead of just laying down. So he was supposed to just sit back and shut up while this woman publicly painted him out to be a monster, costing him his image, costing him likely opportunities, brand deals and whatnot. He's just supposed to just sit up and shut up. Sit back and shut up, more like it. And because he's fought back against this, now they're angry. They're not angry at her for lying to them, for hyping them up, for getting them all in their feelings, whatever. They're mad at him for showing his side of these things. So y'all are holding him more accountable for her bad behavior than her. That is insane to me, man. So that just goes to show you a lot of these extreme, ball busting misandrists. You damned if you do, damned if you don't. You are a monster either way. If they sit up and lie on you and you say nothing, it's, see, he didn't even bother to deny any of it because he knows he's guilty. And then when you provide proof to the contrary, then it's, see, he's so messy. They was doing this in private. Why he got to put this out in public? He's not putting it out in public. He's fighting in court, which in turns make it public. The same with the stuff that she was doing. She wasn't being quite as messy publicly, but the stuff that she was doing was being archived publicly for anybody to see. So it's not right to be like, oh, he has to fight back privately. He can't. He has no choice but to, because they're high profile people, he has no choice but to fight back publicly because his reputation is being smeared publicly. There's also a couple situations with her using tracking tags, which is wild as hell. And again, this is the double standard of when it's men and women. When the report of the air tags being discovered in his cars came to light, you had women like, was she tracking him or was she tracking to make sure that her child was safe? See what I mean? That's that BS right there. DDG is at home a lot doing his streaming. So what is there a reason to track him to make sure the kid is safe? Also, that's his dad. He's not going to do anything to Halo. Halo, you could tell he absolutely loves being a father. So this whole thing to where y'all want to see a father be in the kid's life and raise it. You're like, oh, y'all don't raise y'all kids. Y'all skip out and this and that. And here it is. You have a man trying to be a father, but that's not good enough. He has to be a father under the parameters and approval of the kid's mom. The mom that was threatening to go Planned Parenthood the kid, by the way. What about that part? So you also have the fact that he was out on a date, apparently at Beverly Hills Theater. The Maybach, however you want to pronounce it, he took that. There was an air tag in it. She was able to pull up on him and his date that night. There was a situation where she was trying to fight the chick he was with and all that. This is wild behavior that if it was a man doing this, nobody would be defending. If it was a man that put the air tag in the mom's car, nobody would be defending it, saying, oh, he just wanted to make sure that the child was safe. It's just such foolishness. Y'all keep using that lame ass cop out over and over and over. Y'all want so desperately to make it seem like she's just this innocent, sweet as pie woman, and everything that she's doing is so noble and whatnot. And she playing in y'all face and y'all allowing her to, because she's already admitted on multiple occasions. There's multiple videos out there where she admits how toxic she is. When people tell you who they are, believe them. She telling y'all how toxic she is. Y'all think the stuff is cute. And then when she displays this toxic behavior, you ignore the fact that she says she's toxic and try to frame her as being some hero mom. They ended up finding the air tag in the Maybach underneath the seat. So how'd that get there? Obviously, she put that there. And obviously, that was not to make sure the child was safe, because if the child was her and he out on a date, why you pulling up on him at the movie theater, man? The child ain't got nothing to do with this situation. So that narrative doesn't work. You could have possibly used the narrative of making sure the child is safe when there was a tracker, a pet tracker, found in the bottom of Halo's diaper bag. It was like hidden under the cardboard lining of the bag. You could have possibly got away with that. But I think that's weird too, because you know he with the dad. So why are you trying to track where the dad is going? You trying to make sure that he don't go here, there. I mean, where are you trying to make sure that he don't go to? The dude streams like 70% of the damn day, it seemed like. I mean, he's really a grinder. That dude be really chasing the bag hard. I mean, he streams the majority of the time. What is the tracker for? This is just obsessive, manipulative behavior. last but not least, and I'm gonna let you guys go after this, she took one of his guns and he provided receipts of that. Him texting her saying, bring his gun back here. That gun doesn't have a safety. So what's that about? Is that also to protect the child? Her taking the gun that she probably doesn't know too much about, doesn't know how to use properly. She's out there. She is the custodial parent. And she grabbed a firearm with no safety. Now, I don't believe in safeties anyway, but I would never give a woman a freaking gun with no safety on it. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me sexist or whatever. Women are terrible at handling stuff like this. I would never give a firearm that doesn't have a safety to a woman. Ever. Especially if this woman has kids around. Women are just not it when it comes to that sort of stuff. They're just not. I'm sorry. Say what you will. Y'all know I'm right, but y'all be in y'all feelings wanting to try to paint everything as being sexist. It's just not. Certain things just should not be a thing. So she takes his gun. He makes several threats to call the police about it. She finally brings it back there, but she couldn't even do that peacefully. So again, you have a woman that is deeply disturbed. You have Disney once again failing to vet their talent. They didn't vet her very well. They didn't vet Rachel Zegler very well. Warner Brothers is no better. They didn't vet the one guy that played the Flash. They didn't vet him very well. It's like they go out of their way to pick mentally unstable people to play their characters. You know, I don't know. Maybe they think that's the secret sauce. It hasn't translated to dollars, but I digress. But as I said, man, this is really unfortunate. There are no winners here. There's none but losers. You have two parents that, for whatever reason, things went south between them, and they are unable, regardless of whose fault it is, the two of them have been unable to have a healthy co-parenting relationship, whether it be his fault or her fault. That is what it is, and that's truly unfortunate, because in the end, it's the child who suffers when he's got two parents that can't get along, you know. So the stuff that she provided, the receipts that she provided, they seem to either be self-inflicted or I don't know. They seem pretty damn self-inflicted. The stuff that she showed was minor things that somebody can just do to themselves. I'm not saying that that's what she did, but when you lie about different things, you now bring into question, what else did you lie about? And I'm way over the whole believe all women thing. Like, I'm way over that. When I hear a woman accusing a man of something now, I'm like, I need to see some real evidence, because I'm done just believing women for the hell of it. I was gullible at one point doing that, and I've just seen too many instances where women are fully aware of the fact that they are more likely to be believed than a man in a domestic situation, and they use that to their advantage. You have a woman that is extremely vengeful over the fact that DDG has moved on. You know, he provided receipts showing that she wanted to spend time with him on Mother's Day. Then this is after they broke up. He didn't want to. And, you know, he went to like Mexico with another chick or whatever. I mean, move on. It's over. Y'all not together anymore. You seemingly are doing this and that. You know, when he showed the picture of the bed, like this the type of stuff that you own or whatever, insinuating that she been getting her back blown out by somebody else. She didn't exactly deny it, you know, so move on. Clearly you doing something with somebody or whatever, so, I mean, move on. I'm gonna leave it there, though, y'all. This video ran a little bit longer than I intended it to, so hit me with a like if you like what I do, hit me with a sub if you like what I do, and hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.